I introduce to you our next guest, here are some updates. Sam Ukala has emerged as the winner of the Nigeria Prize for Literature 2014 edition. His play was selected from 124 plays submitted for the competition, which focused on drama this year. The other two writers who were shortlisted were Friday John Abba and Jude Idada. The 2014 International Frankfurt Book Fair ended on Sunday, October 12. The fair is the world's largest trade fair for books, based on the number of publishing companies represented, as well as the number of visitors, with more than 7,000 exhibitors from over 100 countries and more than 286,000 visitors taking part. It is considered to be the most important book fair in the world for international deals and trading. The 2014 Port Harcourt Book Festival is set to start from October 20 to October 25, 2014. Remember that Port Harcourt is the UNESCO World Book Capital City for 2014. In a related news, the director of the festival, who is also founder of the Rainbow Foundation and program director of the UNESCO Port Harcourt World Book Capital 2014 project, Coco Kalango, has been nominated for the national honor of Member of the Order of the Niger, MON, by President Goodluck Jonathan. She joined a list of over 300 awardees that were honored for their national services. If you can make it, take a trip to Port Harcourt later this month and enjoy one of Nigeria's most popular book festivals. And say hello if you bump into me there. After we take our next break, I'll introduce to you a very fascinating young girl. Please don't go away. Daniella Clinton is a Rivers State-born 11-year-old writer and activist who authored 2 books in the United Kingdom a few years ago titled Daniel in Toyland and The Snake and the Hunter's Wife. Daniella's pet project is the Read and Write With Me project, which is focused on searching for young authors and campaigning against kidnapping and oil pipeline vandalization. She is such a fascinating young girl. It was a pleasure having her with us. Please stay tuned. Daniella, thank you for joining me on the Channels Book Club.
It's a pleasure being here.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very fine. I'm very impressed by how much you've been able to do at such a young age. Absolutely impressed. You wrote your first book, right? The Snake and the Hunter's Wife. At age 7?
Yes.
How did you do that?
I'm used to reading, and I like reading other people's stories. And my parents also told me a lot of books, a lot of stories when I was young. Secondly, my father also got me to read at age 3.
Age 3?
Yes, and since then I've never stopped reading.
How well could you read at 3?
At 3, I wasn't that good at reading, but after some time, my teachers and parents also told me that I was reading fluently.
The Snake and the Hunter's Wife. I've read a bit of it. I've not finished reading it.
Okay.
It's really good so far. What inspired? Why did you pick the snake, for example? And why did you write on this theme?
The moral of the story is like not to be content with what you have, and also not to make promises that you can't keep. And the hunter's wife, she was not content. She just kept pestering her husband to get her the eggs of a snake. She must have the eggs of a snake. to eat before she has her child. I chose the snake. I'm not quite sure why I chose the snake, but I found it an interesting animal to put in the story, because you're used to being bitten by a dog, a shark, but I just wanted to put snake because I found it unique.
Yeah, everybody is curious about the snake, really. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Daniela, now, one thing I find very interesting about you is you're not just all about writing, even though you have a passion for writing.
Yeah.
You've got all these programs coming up, and I'm asking myself, who is the 11-year-old who is coming up with these programs? You have a passion for also getting young people to read and to write, and you're trying to discover young writers. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Currently, I have a program going on titled the Read and Write With Me project. It's focused on actualizing the vision of my foundation, DCAF, which is to discover, inspire, and groom more child authors. It's a campaign against oil pipeline vandals and oil thieves who destroy our economy and ecology. And 3, it's a campaign against kidnapping.
And you are out to deal with these issues?
Yes.
At 11?
Yes.
I mean, this is fantastic. Okay, tell me, why do you think these are major issues to deal with?
Because I know that my generation is being influenced by these kind of people and some children see them as ideal role models because they have power
and money.
So I want to work on the psyche of my generation, not to emulate these ways. And 2, I know that if they continue like this in the future, you'll be seeing a society where wealthy oil thieves and pipeline vandals are celebrated as role models. 2, a society where hard work and excellence is despised. And 3, a society where the economy and ecology is destroyed. Because according to the Minister for Finance, Nigeria loses $1 billion monthly to oil thieves and pipeline vandals. And I feel that as a writer, I have a role to do something about it.
That's incredible. Now, how far have you gone in your quest to discover new young writers like yourself? Do you have somebody out there who, through your foundation, you've been able to identify, or you've helped to identify his or her talent?
We're actually just starting with the projects, and we're going to go to local governments monthly. Like now, we're starting with the Pobo local government area in River State on the 25th of this month, and we'll be in Akwa Ibom sometime in November. And I want to get children to read through role models who influence them and make them understand that the best way to get success in life is through reading and hard work.
Now, what do you want to do with, how far do you want to go with your own writing? You've written 2. There's a new one that is coming out, not yet out, but I'm going to leak the title, Basic Steps to Story Writing and 5 Stories of a Plot. And so I'm going to ask you about this in a minute. But it looks like you intend to write a lot more.
Yes.
You want to have writing as your career? Or is it something you're going to do apart from your primary career? What whatever that is, I'd like to know.
Okay. I don't plan to make writing a permanent career. I would like to have it just like something I do in my free time, but I'll still be known for it. Because actually, I would like to be a neurosurgeon.
Oh, I'm sure Carson.
Yes.
Okay. I think Ben Carson is the perfect example for you because he
Yes.
also is a successful writer and a successful neurosurgeon. Is that what you're trying to say?
He's one of the things that got me into medicine.
So let's talk about your new book, Basic Steps to Story Writing and 5 Stories of a Plot. Very interesting. What's it about?
The book was my presentation in 2011 for the Garden City Literary Festival in Port Harcourt. I wrote the book because I believe that every child can write if guided, and the book simply acts as a story writing guidebook for children and teenagers.
Thank you very much for joining us on the Channels Book Club.
Thanks.
I'm looking forward to reading your book, 5 Basic Steps to Story Writing and 5 Stories of a Plot. Make sure you send me 1 copy, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't forget, you can always join us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.